WWE. And we're not going to retread any. Your boy Phil's got a lot to get to tonight. WWE filed to trademark the ring name Skylar Ray. Kind of a generic name, but okay, they trademarked it. WWE Raw's opening segment. This is courtesy of Bryan of the Wrestling Observer here. Where's my Bryan? It reportedly went 10 minutes longer than planned and left the company scrambling with the rest of the show. And then Hurricane responded to it. He quote tweeted, he's like, "Oh my God, we were so scrambled. It was unreal. Yelling, screaming, monkeys swinging off the chandeliers. The humanity." And that's pretty funny. And people just reported on Bryan, yeah, just his faux outrage. It went 10 minutes over. Like they don't know Punk and Paul can go over. But there is another new trademark. I think this is the Skylar Ray trademark, actually. I might have doubled up. I pulled a tone. Let's see. Yeah, Skylar Ray. So there's somebody coming to like Evolve or NXT or whatever. Speaking of NXT or whatever, Mike DeRutter made his WWE debut in a dark match before last night's NXT show. DeRutter, formerly Mike DiVecchio, recently signed with WWE. So I'm not sure what's going on. Like his name. So this is the story behind this guy. His name was Mike DiVecchio, which is his work name, on the indies or something, and then he got signed by WWE and he's using his real name, Mike DeRutter, and that's why people are tripping out or care about this seemingly random guy. I don't know who he is. Perhaps he's on the indies or something and I'm not familiar with his work, but yeah, the story behind this, I guess, is like he came to WWE and instead of using his fake name, he's using like a shoot name or something like that. Speaking of shoot names, this guy got some ink shot into his skin here. The guy who sings, and I apologize, BVD Mind, whoever sings Dominic Mysterio's theme song, he's performing the theme dressed as Dominic and getting tatted live on stage. Let me see you move. That's pretty dope. Hopefully that guy's raking it in because of all the streams. No, that the music industry's cooked right now, man. Speaking of industries being cooked, Hollywood and PWI reports that two major WWE names have landed voice roles in Zootopia 2. It is unknown who it is at this time. The film is scheduled to release on November 26th, so we won't have to wait too long to find out. So there you go. We'll see who's in Zootopia 2, a very popular kids animated. They're incorporating WWE voices, a lot of which are iconic, you know. Think about even like people know his voice, a Cody Rhodes, a Punk. People recognize his voice, not the mainstream. It's not like John Cena when his car commercials come on. People are like, is that John Cena? Because he's got that, you know, because he's like household. But it's cool that this is how you become that. And a lot of these wrestlers too, voice acting's a great avenue for them afterwards to get into. Like, who doesn't want to be voicing video game characters and stuff like that? Even if acting isn't your calling, you know, getting into voice acting work, you guys understand the pacing and timing of promos and whatnot. And speaking of which, two of the best in the game at it, Ethan Page, and I just call him the Ego, dude. All Ego. He's just Ego Ethan Page. Ego Page, dude. He doesn't even need another name. He's just Ego. He's so good. And so is Chelsea Green. And they are the AAA mixed gender tag champs. And they cut a promo after getting creamed on together during NXT. Disgusting behavior. We were disrespected in Monterey. Oh, that maple whip there, buds. And we were disrespected tonight. I have never been creamed on like this before. Wait. Neither have I. Neither have I. I wanted to cut the cake and eat it with a fork. This is BS. So they're doing great work. They did. They got smashed with a cake, and then like Thea Hale joined up with Joe Hendry, and so she's like doing his gimmick, and it's like, I believe in Thea Hale. Do I believe in Thea Hale? From Chase U to Goth Girl to John Henry. Right, so she's doing that, And speaking of bits, one of our favorite bits here is Ren Sinclair. There might be a run-in. Yeah, there is from Thursday. Boo. And Ava Rain is in this one.
Hey guys, happy Wednesday. So today we're here with
Kendall Gray.
Obviously. But we have our most favorite person in the whole entire world.
Yeah, our favorite.
And we're not just like saying that. Drum roll, please.
Okay. I don't know how to do it.
Oh, favorite person ever. This is news to me.
Obviously, no one else would be, not just because of your title. Anyways, happy Wednesday. Oh, I have a question. Okay. So we all know who your dad is, but I have this really cool friend, Charles. Do you know who his dad is?
I do.
Oh my gosh, great guy. Okay, anyways, let's go ahead and do the questions. Question number 1. Why does Ren not have enough title matches? Why don't we have more? Why don't I have more?
I mean, yeah, it's in the works.
And also, do you want to join the Ren QCC?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't think legally I can join your faction and be your boss.
I mean,
you could. Go ahead and wait the next one.
Next question. Will Rendell get tag team title shots?
That's also a good one.
It's in the works.
Everything's in
what
the
works?
works.
This feels like a put a pin in it type thing. Next one. This one's a really good one. What does NXT stand for? GM?
You got me there.
I knew it.
I remember when I first heard of NXT, it like pissed me off that it didn't stand for anything. I don't know why. I was such a mark then. When did NXT start? I think like 2011 or something. So again, a young Phil Marks. And I was like salty. I'm like, what? It should like at least be called WWE Next or something, you know?
What does NXT
stand?
Next question. That's what it stands for. Got it.
But now it rules. It's awesome that it doesn't mean shit. You know?
Will we see Rendell in New York?
Can we go to New York?
Come on.
Ava.
I mean,
New York needs us.
That's
I don't hear anything. Ava, I need New York. Concrete jungles where dreams are made of. Ava.
Damn, bro. I want some pizza.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was WWE News Part 2. It's miscellaneous news time. So the legal case involving wrestling legend Too Cold Scorpio has hit another delay. According to new court filings in Kansas City, Missouri, the trial for Charles Too Cold Scorpio Skaggs has officially been rescheduled. Following a request from the prosecution, the court has set a new trial date from January 26. The case was previously set to begin November 3rd after already being postponed from its original June start date. So yeah, I don't even know. What did he do? I don't even know what he did, but awesome in-ring talent. CJ Perry is launching a podcast, and she announces who her first guest is going to be. I mean, I like CJ Perry. I like Lana. I like her when she's with Rusev, but I mean, who cares? Are you just going to bot views and shit? Because that's no one wants to hear it. Sherilyn Guerrero, the daughter of the one and only Eddie Guerrero, is beginning her pro wrestling journey, and she is signed to ROW, being trained by Booker T. So hopefully she gets developed well, and hopefully we see her and Dirty Dom cross paths in some capacity. The return to the Windy City. So at House of Glory Wrestling, for surely a show that JD won't be on. I'm over here now. They moved me off the show. I'm on the B Squad. Those who was. So Tyler Breeze is taking on the Amazing Red. So that's kind of like if you're a Smark, that's a dream match. Speaking of indies, MLW and Don Gato Tequila, Lucha de la Muertos, November 20th at the Charleston Music Hall. And they're set up for 600 seats, and they sold 463. So there you go. Trying to bring, I like what WrestleTix is doing, really just covering everything in the indies and shit more. Vince Russo, bro, I swerved everybody, bro. Start watching JCW Lunacy before I get there, bro. Get acquainted with the great cast of characters created by Violent J himself, bro. And the coach responds to this and says, I have to make this public. I've been friends with Vince Russo, and then as became partners, our show, that's how he worded it. Our show is a hit and is growing every week. But honestly, the fact that he did not offer me a spot with JCW Lunacy now, or he says simply because I'm one of the best heels ever on the mic, etc. Bro, I told you, motherfuckers, bro. Remember what I said? Jonathan Coachman seems like he wants a job too. That's all it sounds like. And then the first thing he throws out, like, I get it, they're bros, bro, and they both love wrestling, bro. But it's like the first joke you throw out is, I'm surprised I didn't get a job too. It's like, oh, come on now, Eric. That's not
come
very
on
fair.
now, Eric.
This isn't a healthy AEW. We're not just handing out jobs to every ex-WWE employee, Eric. So funny that the coach threw that out there. It's like, huh. So Mercedes Moneza, ex-husband Sarath Khan, marries Miranda Knesevich in a private ceremony. So he remarried. She's moved on to Beast Mortis. And he still designs outfits, I guess, for the WWE superstars. And she's like a physical therapist or some shit like that. So good for him. Speaking of WWE affiliates or legends, JBL returned. And he hit a clothesline from hell on Velveteen Dream, buddies, at MCW. Velveteen Dream. So JBL doesn't give a fuck. We'll go mix it up with the Dream. Like, whatever. It's a paycheck. He just shows up, clotheslines someone, leaves, probably makes fucking $500 or whatever. So he gets over for clotheslining the shit out of Velveteen Dream, but I wonder, he's not worried about any stink getting on him. I guess people aren't outraged about it. I'm not. I mean, it is what it is. I don't have to like the fucking guy, you know. Velveteen Dream can be a fucking weirdo, and I can support JBL. But Jeremy Padawar posted this. The founder of LJN Toys has died at the age of 98. You guys remember LJNs? Norman Joel Lewis was a pioneer in the toy licensing industry. Co-founding LJN Toys, his initials backwards, including the launch of WWE at LJN. Norman mentored Jack Friedman. Jack Friedman mentored me. Condolences, thank you. And Matt Cardona gives us condolences. Speaking of condolences, we should send good energy to Luke Menzies, FKA Ridge Holland from WWE. He says that he never thought he'd not be able to pay his mortgage. And he says, I feel like I've just been hung out to dry after getting injured, working for another company on behalf of WWE. Add that to my contract not being renewed, knowing that I wouldn't be able to wrestle for 7 months. This is brutal. Yes, they are taking care of the surgery and physical therapy, but let's be honest, that's the bare minimum after what we sacrificed for the company. Plus the possibility of having to get my neck fused too. Talk about getting totally fucked. Yeah, so he's really like, fuck WWE. I mean, he's not outright saying that, but he's saying like, they fucked me. And that might as well be saying fuck WWE to a lot of people in the business world. Now, you guys know my thoughts on this. Business is business. It is bullshit. If I was the one controlling all the monies, I'd fucking pay the guy. But again, it's not a charity. So other people have things too. I see it from both sides. But if Tony Khan wants to be one of these like save face guys, you bring Ridge in whenever his deal's up or whenever the 7 months of whatever, bring him in and maybe win some fans over. You know, he's going to be a game changer. It's nothing like that, but okay, bring him in as like a coach or so. I don't know. They need a fucking training facility. I'm not saying everyone's dying to see Ridge, but like just show you're not a complete sicko or all that virtue signaling shit everybody did, right? Tony's where everybody goes to get money. So Tone, here's a guy who needs some. You gave some to Rita Chatterton. Fucking here you go. Here's a guy who needs some, or does he not do enough flips for you? So speaking of JBL, and we talked about this with Husey earlier, but JBL predicts that Vince McMahon will release a Raw tell-all book within the next 1 to 2 years. And again, it's going to be fake history. Like it'll be, even if Vince like tells crazy stories and shit, it's not going to be like, you know, he'll just try and make himself look good. That's what everybody does in these books, right? It's like Becky Lynch in her book. She's like, I was a victim and AJ Lee treated me like shit. When realistically, you all are good. Like, look, you're all millionaires now and shit. So Vince isn't going to like, he might tell some wacky stories, but I don't think he'll do anything to like incriminate himself or make himself look bad or vulnerable, you know.
Never write a book.
Oh, come on now, Eric. Come on now, Conrad.
You think? I mean, and if he's not,
come on now, JBL. Chat me up about the first time you clothesline from hell somebody,
quote unquote, in power with WWE. I don't know that he can necessarily license footage to really tell the story. Do you think there's a chance that we would ever hear Vince's side of things like this sort of unvarnished in the future, or is he just a windshield guy and never looking in the rearview mirror?
I'll give you the over/under on the book in 2 years.
What does that mean?
Maybe one.
So like Vince is clearly working on one, if that's what JBL's saying.
Probably not one. I don't think you can write it that quick.
But you think there's a chance that 2 years from now we've got a book?
I think there's probably a 99 to 100% chance.
Okay. Well, all right. Didn't expect to hear that.
Yeah, I think there's unless something happens, I think there's nothing's 100%. As close to 100% as you can get in the next, I would say 1 to 2 years, you're going to get a book. And I have a feeling it's going to be beyond belief. I have a feeling it will be raw and it will be completely no freaking hiding and nothing. I think Vince is going to let everything out. And I think it's going to be one of the best books ever written.
Air everything out. Oh, come on. That's not very fair. He's not going to talk about shitting on those ladies' heads. Yeah, I don't know if he's not going to obviously make himself look bad in any way. Memphis Wrestling announced that Marco Stunt will be joining the promotion as an on-screen talent and mentor. So good for him. They must have saw his car commercial and were like, hey, we could throw this guy a bone. He's getting a little bit of virality out of that car commercial. But again, like Marco Stunt, I don't know if that's the guy I would want mentoring wrestlers in my locker room, but hey, he's got a gig now. Good for him. So I talked about this a little earlier. Banger Zone Wrestling, that's the name, has announced that their recent BZ weekend set a new record with over 1,800 tickets sold, more than Dynamite, across all events, making it the biggest French-speaking wrestling weekend. And so it was over a couple nights. Okay. Both BZW Bangover and BZW Deadline were completely sold out. And speaking of AEW, I think Jay Lethal was on the show and some other cats. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was miscellaneous news.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
We do have a bit of here's some TNA stuff as well that we might as well talk about from this last week here. So everybody, a good old countryside banjo for a TNA news. So TNA couple Steph DeLander and Mance Warner got married. So SDL with a $sign ho got married. Here's a clip of Cardona, I guess, was the ring bearer.
You have the ring.
Step on my veil.
So congrats to them. Indy Hartwell, you see there as well. TNA, though, Ash by Elegance made some news because she showed up at BRCW Women's Championship Wrestling and vacated her title here. And then somebody surprising came and won it that night.
This is something that is extremely difficult, so bear with me. I have to make an announcement that I am not medically cleared to compete. So with a heavy heart, I have to forfeit this title. To do something that is extremely difficult, so
extremely difficult. So, and then Shayna Baszler showed up and she won the title after Ash by Elegance vacated it. So good for her. I guess she's producing an NXT / wrestling on the indies. Ash by Elegance sends warning after Instagram shadow bans her for suggestive posts. Okay, so now she's out there thirst trapping, which is fine. You know, but she's like, she goes, way to start a Monday. Woke up to see that I've been shadow banned. I just don't get what people mean when they say shadow ban. Now, I'll say this. I get a lot of comments recently of people like, dude, your shit's not showing up in my, it's not showing up in like when you drop and stuff like that. So it's like, I don't know, hit the bell. I don't really believe in like, we're shadow banned, man. The man just doesn't want to see. It's like, unless you're botting your account and shit, I just really don't think that happens the way people think. Now, there is, like, if you type in, there are some people, though, you go to type them in to search them, and they don't come up to like 10 down. And you're like, what the fuck? There's all these. Now, is that because like of what you interact with, or is that because like of shadow banning? I don't really know. You know, she says, ladies, more than likely your photos have been too. Even my wrestling photos were flagged. So being flagged doesn't mean like you're shadow banned. It's just shadow ban means they're secretly banning you, like the government is and shit, like what they were doing on Facebook, allegedly, right? She posts a screenshot here, and it's just a bunch of her pictures and shit have been flagged because they're cracking down on like suggestive content, I guess, on Instagram, which, I mean, you could consider that a W. We're in the age of degeneracy, a lot of people say. But, you know, that aside, they're using AI to do it. So, yeah, wrestlers in your wrestler gear, like especially lady wrestlers these days where, you know, them thangs are thanging and them cheeks are cheeking. It's like, yeah, you're going to get flagged for that. I don't know. I don't know what to tell people. I don't know why that's a fucking shock to them. But yeah, they're using AI to do it. So, I mean, until they refine it, yeah, you're all likely getting flagged. But is a flag, that's not a shadow ban. So I think she misspoke there. Moving along here, we have a couple TNA updates. So TNA announced via press release that they've signed a license agreement with Claro Sports to deliver exclusive TNA content to viewers throughout Mexico and Latin America. So I wonder if WWE is going to allow them to get some AAA talent on those shows, and they're making a play like there's content exclusive for them on what social media. Do they have, you know, this is just nothing but good things for TNA. But unfortunately, the hype for TNA, like we look at Final Resolution, they're only set up for 2,100 and they've only distributed 950 tickets. Now, I'm not saying every show after Bound for Glory should be 6,000 people, but like, damn, I thought the hype would be alive a little bit more. But since the invasion stuff sort of has subsided for now, you know, has taken the back seat for now. I mean, there's elements of it, obviously, it won't go away, but, and then the fact there's like the Gold Rush tournament involving all the companies, like that's always going to be a part of it moving forward. But just I was hoping they would start doing like 1,000 for their TVs and like their pay-per-views, maybe up to around, you know, 3,000-4,000 a show. I was hoping it would do something like that, but no, they're gonna have to fight and scratch and claw some more, and hopefully they lock. I thought we were getting a TV deal announcement sooner than we have, although Carlos Silva's made it pretty clear, like early on in 26 we'll hear something about it. But interesting to say the least. And then TNA Wrestling posted this: when a challenge is issued, it must be accepted. Open Fight Night returns. So this is just a cool marketing ploy. And if you get open challenge, like if you're there and you get challenged, you have to accept it. It's just a unique way for them to put on some matches, you know, give people maybe some title matches that you didn't see coming or whatever. But hey, that's tomorrow, or maybe not tomorrow. Time Cop. Right? Depends when you're listening to this clip. But yeah, hopefully TNA can put it all together, right? And continue to build, because this isn't like doom and gloom for them either. But that hype sure did sort of fall by the wayside a little bit. That was TNA news, ladies and gentlemen.